Apologies for the brief photo seizure event, but yes, we have Bruce Lee tonight. 21st Century Jedi here with you guys. Hope you're all doing well. I am okay today. Actually, kind of feeling good tonight for a change, which is nice. There we go. Got everything going. There you are, Foxfire. Always good to see you, my friend. So yeah, we are going to play Bruce Lee, I believe, as long as it loads up okay. I can't tell if it's loading because I can't see if the tape icon is active here. Because it's a tape dataset image and not a disk image. So let me try and warp this. Can we warp? Warp mode, Alt W. Why is Alt W not working? There we go. So I debated a few of the potential options that I could play tonight. And out of the ones that I saw, I thought this was the best one that I could do tonight. A lot of the games I was looking at, I was like, man, these are going to be slogs to go through, like just real, grind it out type of games. And I really wasn't feeling like doing that tonight. I want to play something as almost like arcadey type, try and get as far as I can with it and feel good about it, at the end of the day. Bruce Lee fits into that category. I was looking at Hacker as well, and we might still do Hacker tonight if I can't get Bruce Lee to work. Do I need to make this kick or something? What's going on? Start? What is going on, you? Are you going to load? Play? I can't think it's playing. So I got this thing set up to warp and it's not working, so I got to figure out why. I might need to grab another ROM out of this. Let me find out. Man, there's a lot of long play videos through this game. A lot of people like this game. It's a very fun one. Done by Datasoft. Back in the day when game publishers really didn't have a lot of complexity to their names. It was really just, yep, we're Data, we're Micro, we're this, we're that. That's what we're doing. Let's see if I can find this thing. Let's try this one. Maybe this is better. Yeah. Go away. Jeez Louise. So it is not going to load, it seems. I'm going to have to figure that one out. No big deal. You've got options here. Worst case scenario, if I cannot get this to work, I will switch over to Hacker and see what we can do there. Hacker, strangely enough, is not about hacking. What's in this thing anyways? It's proofs L, okay. So it's that one. It's another tape image, I don't understand. Usually tape images just load, and this one doesn't seem to be doing anything. So let's do a reset. Do a hard one. Attach the tape image. Let's get out of the warp mode first. Auto start that. Yeah, Hacker is actually a game. Oh, that's lovely. It's in Italian. All right. Wow. Okay, so it's in Italian. I don't like that one bit. Let's try and find a better version. So this is Bruce Lee. I mean, technically, yes, but it doesn't seem like it's right. I'll let the ninja beat me up because it's probably the only time he'll get a chance to tonight. Weak. Where is this thing? Hmm. I will find this. I will get this to work. I could have sworn I had a good working copy of this. Then I got to that PRG file and I just got lost. All right. That's a disk image. That should work fine. Let's do a quick reset here. Boop. So this game, Bruce Lee, I consider it a fun one. It's probably one of the best ones I think Commodore's had. And not necessarily because the graphics or the sound necessarily, because it's, I mean, as you can see there, it's not like over the top great. It's just what's great about it is a couple things. Number one, there's a lot of depth and complexity to the levels. They are puzzles and challenges a little bit, so you have to kind of figure your way through them all. Um, the other thing is you can actually play two player. You can play you can play as like true one player versus two player, like everybody gets a turn. And then you could also play a different mode where one player plays Bruce Lee. One player starts off playing the enemy, which is I think the sumo wrestler, the green sumo wrestler Yamo. And then when Bruce dies at a point, you guys actually switch sides, which is interesting. Um, and this doesn't even look like it's going to load. It's sitting on track 10. It's not doing anything. Wonder why they. Oh, that's why. Apparently it was waiting for input. So let's fix that. No, I don't want unlimited lives. Opponents can't hit you. No, I want them to hit me. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. Go right into it here. And I have to swap joysticks. Let's get that done. There we go. Okay, so the idea is you're Bruce Lee. You want to get the lanterns, kick the crap out of the bad guy, like that. And you get this guy. Wah, wah. Oh, crap. I'm getting my butt kicked here. Get out of here. Kick this guy out of the face. Oops. You can punch him too, if I remember how to do that. Ow. Punch him, will you? It's so hard to punch. Bop. You can actually kick both of them at the same time. Ow. Okay. Takes care of that guy. Let's jump up here. Get out of here. Kick this guy around. Wah, bah! Bah! Right in the face. So the idea is you're going to go around and you basically collect the lanterns for points. The idea is to get through each level, or each screen. Unlock the next door that opens it up and stuff. Take care of him. You're going to fall. Let's go this way. So when I go this way, he's going to do this. Get out of here. I guess I have to keep going. So you can actually, jump, run and jump and things like that. It's a little hard to do with the keyboard here, but we'll manage. And of course the ninja and the sumo wrestler Yamo, they'll keep showing up all over the place here trying to stop you. Whoops. Ow. There, punched him. Punch that guy. Ow. Well, that did it. Don't want to do that anymore. Of the guys to worry about, the green sumo wrestler is the guy that I worry about the most because he hits the hardest. He's harder to kill. The ninja is kind of silly, so you just kind of avoid him whenever you can. Aha, so see the door below just opens. Now we can go down there. Here we are. Ah, the silly ninja. Poop. Ah, he died. Haha. Let's kick him into the pit again. Or just kick him. Get out of here. Ah, they stuck there, huh? So you got to watch these little lasers that are shooting down below, because then, they could get you, so you got to time it just right. Ha, land on you. And, wah! Oh, you silly ninja. Come on down. Ah. Ah, we both kick each other. Hoo-yah! Get out of here. I gotta make it through this one here. How did you get down here? Go away. This guy too? Go away. Hey-ya! Get out of here. Let's see. Ow! Freaking sumo just landed on me. Ugh. Keep getting hit. It's not good. Ah. Let's get down this side. Go up here. Run away from these guys. Aha. Now down here. Which way to go? So there's a lot of places you can climb on and stuff and work through here. This one, you got the lanterns that change, so you want the light ones, I believe. Because, whoops, that died. I'm not gonna be long for this world, am I? All right, let's do this. Of course, you have to watch the swords, and this thing will speed up on you. That's another thing to watch out for. I was gonna die there. Let's go up here. Yeah, you kicked your own guy. It's silly. All right, got it. Let's fall down here. These guys are gonna try and climb. They're not very good at it, though. Am I gonna make it? Yes, I will. Okay. So these little things on the floor here, watch what I do when I go over these. Boom! Get these lanterns. Kick these guys into that. Sets off a little fire bomb right here. Boop! That's kind of funny. Yeah, go ahead and set it off. Not gonna learn, are you? Ooh-ah. I don't know why. They're just standing. All of a sudden, boom, they're dead. That's all right. We'll keep playing this silly little game. Ha. Thank you. Okay, so, oops. I'm going to lay down here for a second, think about this. All right, so we got to go. I remember we have to jump this one. We have to jump this one. Let's see. As soon as that goes off, we're going to go down here. And then we have to go and hit this thing without hitting the swords. Oops, I missed it. Let's try that again. This is a silly game. I mean, it's not your true, like, Bruce Lee stuff, but really back in the day, oh boy, now they reverse direction. I gotta try and climb up. Get up there, you can do it. Come on, you're almost there. Hurry up. Uh-oh, we're in trouble. We're not gonna make it. So when you look at it, compare it to today's like martial arts games and stuff like that, and all the graphics and everything, it's not obviously it's not going to compare well. But when you think about it, when it came out in like was '84, I think it was, this thing was amazing. It's just you had arcade playability. You had different moves you could do, so it wasn't like it was totally like you know vanilla. And you could do some other stuff with it. I mean, you could actually like you know play against each other. You could, play as one of the enemies, which is interesting. This and it's puzzle based too, so you have to kind of figure out, what you need to do in each level. So I think I gotta go run, 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 run. This thing, jump. Gotta jump up. Now it reverses. Now we opened up the other door. We gotta climb up. Let's see. I gotta go jump. Watch the sword. Hurry up, get across, get that lantern. Now I gotta go down this way, let it go down. And they're not like super difficult puzzles, but sometimes they can be challenging when you're trying to do this with like a joystick or something. All right, so this one, speed across. Speed! Got those. Now everything reversed. Now what? I gotta go the other way. Speed! Oh, now that door's open, so I gotta go up. So not super duper tough puzzles, but you do kind of have to think a little bit and try to make sure that you know what you're doing with it. Make sure you're grabbing the lanterns and stuff. Do do do. I'm gonna go up here. I have to land there, pick up that lantern. I think it's gonna unlock something. Uh-oh. Not where I wanted to land. Ow. Gotta go this way. Last guy, and then I gotta restart the game. It's a bit of a bummer. Let's see. What do I remember of this one? You had to watch out for the swords. I remember that. Is it just a fall down, maybe? Let's See if I land on that. Yep, got it. Great, so now we got this. Do a diagonal jump. The key I am using to make that little jump across like that is actually on the joystick, it's a diagonal up to the right or diagonal up to the left. On a keyboard, it's easy. You just hit the 7 or the 9 key like I'm doing here. On a joystick, though, you can imagine that if you don't get that right, you're either jumping straight up or you're just running across. So it becomes a little bit more challenging when you use a joystick, I guess. Oh, wonderful. Interested to hear how you did that one. So I got to watch myself here and get down before that thing starts going off. All right, so now I got to go up this little doorway. It's up in the top right corner here. Let's see. All right, so now we're in a blue screen here. Whoa. Ow. Get rid of him. He kind of runs a little bit funny, I'll be honest with you. Get away from me. So we're going to get these guys. Yeah, we might be able to do that tomorrow. All right, so now I remember I have to go, I believe, this way. Now the ox is talking. Moo, moo. It's kind of crazy. Fall down here. Eh, we don't need to run. Let's get away. Oh, now we're in the castle. Look at this stuff. Fancy. Platforms are disappearing over the castles here, so we have to be very cautious. Run, 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 run. Run, 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 run. There we go. Fall down here. He can fall just about any depth, it looks like. Now we get this little doorway open. Oh, now the lanterns are different. That's right. So they're barely visible in this level. Let's see if I can fool this guy. Can't. How to fool them so that they don't wait for me at the top. How did you hit me? Hey, stop it. Oh, poop. Landed on him. Ow. Cut it out. Ow, I'm dead. Oh, I gained a life? How did I do that? Ow. Cut it out. I want that lantern. Ow. Get off there. Don't hit the swords. Oh boy. Gotta watch that. There's another lantern down there I gotta hit. See, to make it more challenging, they threw in different color schemes to make it a little bit more visually difficult. You know, it's hard to see some of the lanterns and everything. Oh, I gotta climb up. Right. I think the best way to do this is this way. Oh, here we go. Oink. Silly ninja. Will you go away? Ugh, go away. Jump up there. I can't go down, so... Oh, I'm back at this room. Great. Let's try this door. Let's get more free points. Just keep doing this. Seriously, just keep kicking them. You can rack up a ton of points this way. There's your not so pro gamer tip today. Oh, hey, no. Let's go this way. Can I go down? No, I can't. I'm gonna fall down on them. Thunk. Gets rid of one of them. Even the sounds they make when the other guys die, it's like a... Ow. Run. Oh, hey. Some golden yin-yangs. Get that. Pretty sure I needed to do that, so I gotta figure out where to go. Nope, something unlocked. Let's see. I gotta go across, I believe. Oh, back here. Let's go this way. What? Can I go up this way? Nope. I can go this way, though. Yeah, that is funny. Yeah. I would like to give Velma one of the protection things, I think. So I'm curious as to how that's going to work out. But I also agree that our bard Will should have the cloak, I think, or the ring. Whatever the pick is. I'd like to take the ring personally because I tank a little bit now, but I could also see us giving it to Velma, give her a little more AC. I don't know why they're going to need the gear anyway. They're not playing forever at this rate. They're done. They're going to sit them on the bench. They can sit and watch us. Me and Haley and Will. Oh, hey. This one I remember. Have to do the jumpy jumps here. This is a safe spot. And I have to do this. I have to run. Like this. Jump. Jumpy jump. Why not? Why won't we have the NPC fighter? She didn't die. This is a problem here. Jump, 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 jump. There we go. Oh, hey, how's it going? Good. Have a kick. Have a kick. Have another kick. Oop. You can have a kick. And you can have a kick. Now I can move. She got recalled. You know what I think of that. Can't say it on the channel, though. Crap. Can't jump up. I could go down and get the lanterns. I find the sound effects funny in this game. Yeah, I find the sound effects funny, because you hear the little whoosh of air as the guy flies through the air delivering his flying kick. You hear the little swoosh when the ninja swipes with his sword, and just seeing a sumo wrestler jumping through and delivering a flying kick is another funny thing, altogether. Let's see. I believe I can go this way. All right, so that unlocks that. Have to wait for that bug. I think I can duck this. Now I need to go where? Left, I believe. I'll hold that there till I'm ready. All right, so I should be safe here. Or not. I can't go up. Huh. So where am I supposed to go? That's weird. Do I have to hang across this? Yep. I gotta go across that way. I can go up this way. All right, so now I have to jump across these guys. And then we can go up this way. Oh, this is going to be fun. The green, I don't know what the flashing means here, but this will be interesting. Oh, I guess it goes. Fall down. Grab the lantern. Ooh, I was close there. Climb, 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 climby, climby, climb. Yeah. Made it. Wait for this guy. Climb through the door. Whoa! I got killed. I don't even know what killed me here. Oh, I got the lantern and fried the big bad guy. Apparently that's the evil wizard that we're supposed to defeat, I think. Congratulations! Look at all that treasure just gleaming for us. Oh, it's a silly game. I didn't expect to beat it that fast. I could show off my moves here. Can I kick and die into the treasure here? Oops. No, I guess not. I guess we're going to start over. Ready? Bop! I love kicking them while they're falling in midair. They fall so slow, and you're like, I can kick you. I got time. And you can get kicked too, and you can get kicked too. And yeah! 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 Alright, so let's take a moment here. I'll read up on this game here. Excuse me. So as you can see, the two enemies is all you have here. Is you have the green Yamo guy, which can be knocked out with 3 kicks. The ninja gets knocked out with 2 kicks. You can punch the guys and knock them out. It just takes a little longer. You could do all the climbing, get all the lanterns to get to the final chamber, as you saw, get that lantern and defeat the sorcerer, which we did. Now, if we were to do this again, there's it becomes more difficult. So you get like the respawns are a lot faster. There's a room that doesn't have enemies now becomes far more dangerous with the illumination of safe spots. So 2D scroller here. Let's see what they gave it for the reviews. 8 out of 10 mostly from C64 Games, Lemon 64, GameBase 64, Zap 64. Yeah, they all rate them pretty highly. Very classic game for people. Let's see what else they say about this. Um, a lot of people consider it a classic. Um, it's not a difficult game, as you could see. I mean, I was able to ace it right away. Um, it is fun because, again, it is a challenge because if you've never played it before, now you have to kind of figure things out for yourself if you haven't seen playthroughs and stuff like that. That's to me like the more interesting part of it. Um, Trying to figure it out on your own when you haven't seen what's going on with it, and then trying to follow it up and a go through and try and play it on the more difficult level, and B, what's your highest score that you can get? And that's where this game kind of falls in. It still falls into that whole arcade coin op, how high of a score can you get type of mentality. It's not meant to be a get to the end and that's your victory. Although in this case we did. Um, what else can we say? There's been apparently all-time high scores. Well, we just beat two of the top 10. It was not difficult to do at all. Um, they have a top 10 list, and the top score is like 999,000. The 10th score is only 48,000, which we've beaten that already. What else? I'm looking for. Apparently, they've done some mods to it as well. There are fan projects with enhanced game modes and options, which is interesting. There are trainers you can do to get cheats like unlimited lives where the enemies don't hit you and stuff, but honestly, this game is so easy. Why would you ever want to do that? I don't see a point to it. So, anyway, that's Bruce Lee. Cute little game. I do recommend people play it at least once if you've got an emulator or if you've got a C64 or something. It is fun. It's a nice hey, it's a mindless game almost, where you can just kind of think your way through without stressing your brain too much, and that on a Sunday night is pretty good. So let's move on to. I'm gonna go for Hacker here. Let's do a reset. We'll go ahead and find Hacker. Now Hacker's a bit of a different game because again, it's not actually hacking. You kind of start off thinking like you're a hacker because you're prompted for a logon. Um, but beyond that, it's not really meant to be a hacking type game where you're like breaking into databases and stuff like that. Let me go ahead and bring up that walkthrough here, I think. Yeah, here you go. This is how the game actually starts. Log on, please. Uh, let's go ahead and bring that up. This was done, believe it or not, by Activision, and it was done in 1986. I'll read up on that. I just want to find the walkthrough on this too. The reason why I'm looking for the walkthrough is there is a specific sequence of events you need to do for this to kind of win at it. The problem is I've done that sequence, I think, and it always runs out just before I get the chance to finish it. So, according to this, it's a graphic adventure game from 1986 by Activision. Steve Cartwright and his team took orientation in the image of the hacker from the 80s. Therefore, when the game was realized, it was assumed that the hacker does not know anything at all about the system he wants to hack into, and that he can reach his goal by mere trial and error. So, in the excluded manual, it was only described how to start the game, and the following hint was given. Other computer games often have lengthy instructions to explain how the game is played. Hacker is not like other computer games. We've told you how to load the program. Everything else is up to you. A real life hacker would proceed by trial and error. And that's how you play this game. The only tip we'll give you is don't play hacker like a standard adventure. You'll get further faster if you just try things out instead of trying to decide what the next most logical step would be. So start hacking. So their concept of hacking, I guess, was really about really just don't just try and play through the game logically. Try different stuff like a hacker would, see what breaks, see what doesn't break. Um, let's see. I'm just reading through some of the stuff here. The game starts with a login screen. After 3 attempts to log in, you are lucky and get into the system due to a dysfunction. Then you learn that you are in the system of the company Magma Ltd. At the same time, the player now has full access to the Subterranean Remote Unit, or SRU. Obviously, at Magma Ltd, they think by this that you are an official employee because you get the information that 10 spies have stolen a sensitive document about the Magma project for world domination. Each spy now has one part of an important document. The mission is now to obtain the single pieces of the document that are scattered around the whole world with the help of the SRU. For this operation, you also receive an amount of $5,000 as a startup aid to be able to negotiate with the agents. But in the end, the player will, of course, hand over the sensitive letter to a government agent and thus end the ploy of Magma Ltd. All right, so you can try to log in here, but it's going to eventually let you in. You can skip it, but I'm not going to skip it right now because there is a login that works for this, but you can just try stuff like, administrator, syntax error, please try again. Okay, let's try admin. Unrecognizable command, type H for help. Logon password has been changed. Current password is location of test site. Okay. Let's try USA. Invalid username or password. Log F sorry. Unable to log you on. Connect. CPU. Begin termination sequence. Disconnect in 5, 4, 3, 2. What's happening? Up. Oh, computer's going nuts. Security system malfunction. Connection complete. Welcome to Magma Ltd. So there you go. You just hack your way in by putting in some dumb, login attempts. Let's see. Oh, that's interesting. All right, so let me read through some of the stuff because we're at a good pause point here. When we start going into this game, it's going to get a little bit more hairy. So, I mentioned the login screen. I'll mention that stuff in a little bit. Before we go any further, I want to go ahead and give you the rundown of this. So, voting wise, it looks like the votes are kind of all over the place. Anywhere from a 3 to a 7.2 to a 9 out of 10, 12 out of 15. It's kind of interesting. So it is a game where yeah, there's some good interesting responses on this. Someone mentioned somehow the game had something mysterious and it fitted into the times. The trial and error is also fun, but when the game has been finished once, the motivation to occupy it with any further drops to zero. So, once you solve it, there's really no chance or no reason to go back to it unless you just want to practice or something, because there's really nothing beyond the actual solution. Manual would not have been bad. The reason for its absence seems to me like a lame excuse. It is very far-fetched that you should find everything out for yourself like a real hacker, because except for the start, the game has nothing to do with hacking, which is true. For me, it is just an adventure without a manual. Um, Manual and saving function were originally planned, but whether they really renounced it because of the feeling in the game or due to the time and budget reasons can probably not be determined for sure anymore. Um, what else? Game was originally planned as underground post simulation, which you can kind of imagine that this, when you see the game, you kind of understand why. Um, a load save function was omitted intentionally as this would have brought too much of a game, and they did not want to influence the hacker feeling by this. So really, they were trying to make this game not a game. They really wanted to make it feel like you were hacking into something and you were really getting into a plot for world domination and trying to foil it. So, to that end, I can understand why Activision was kind of going that route. Uh, Calling it hacker, though, is probably the wrong term because it's really not. It's not a hacking simulation. It's not. Um, Interesting. All right. So the other part that's interesting about this is basically what we're going to have to do is we're going to have this SRU. It starts off with $5,000 in cash. We're going to go to 10 different agents, secret agents around the world, and we are going to give them items that we pick up and buy and sell or whatever to exchange those for pieces of this document. So we need 10 pieces of the document. Once we get the document, I think we need to get to the end point as fast as possible, and then we save the day. The thing that they mention here is the exact solution is not the same in each disc of the game. Sometimes the Greek agent takes the statue and the Indian takes the scarabus. In some games, it's just the other way around. While there are several possibilities given in the following table, which I'm looking at, only one of them works. As seen in the table, there are three possible variations. Um, One of them is harmless, since you will meet the one that only takes one of those on the first on the proper route. The second one, Diamond versus Stocks, is more evil because you won't know which it is until you try, and you cannot buy both. The third is the most evil because the first location you will visit will take either of them, but the second one will only take one of the two, and you have a 50-50 chance of having given the one you need for the second guy to the first. So we're going to have to do a little trial and error on this. The other problem is the map. Now, the map is, when you see this, it's going to be basically a map of the world in a Mercator projections, very flat. Um, there are going to be spots you can go to on the world, which will indicate places you can go from underground to up in the surface, and that's where you call for the agent, try to make the secret exchange, and so on. There are only certain pathways you can go along the route. So it's not like it's a complete grid where you can go any which way. You have to go certain paths to get to where you need to get to. So I suspect what we're going to need to do, I don't know if it's timed or if this is the number of steps we need to do. So we're going to have to kind of figure that out as well. So this is our SRU, our subterranean remote unit, model number AXD-0310479, available for clandestine operation. Take notes if you're playing this game and you don't want to do the walkthrough. Take notes of everything you see on the screen because, hey, major clue here, you'll see there is a hint on this. Hit return directions. Use stick to align laser test point specified by computer. Push button to run test. Infrared video image sensor. I'm assuming it's this thing. Asynchronous data compactor. Maybe this thing. Hydraulic motivator. Yep. Flamson joint. What's a Flamson joint? This thing? Fellman port. I'm guessing it's this thing. Oh, I guess I gotta get them all right. So if you don't get them right, you have to do this over again. It's this thing. Flamson joint, so down here. Fellman port is over here. Okay. Display indicates all Magma Ltd information sites in use. Enter your name, 21CJ. Now, this is something I found very interesting too. They actually allow you to set the current time and match it with your current time in the game, or your time in the game and match it with your current time at home. So what I can do is I can actually take this and slide it back and forth. And for example, I'm on the East Coast, so I want this to match up to right around 21:30, like right there. This would be 22, this would be 23, this would be midnight. So right about here is where I want to line this up. Okay, so once we get into this, time location verification complete. Your SRU is stationed in the South Atlantic. Now we get messages. Now we hit M to get messages. Magma Ltd project update. Final test bore approaching target depth. Successful harnessing of magma surface temperature differential assures unlimited energy source and world domination. Warning, seismic projections indicate possibility of thermal runaway resulting in continental destruction. All units remain clear of test site. Oh no, this doesn't sound ominous at all. Okay, so we are there, and what I want to show is like where you can go with this. See, this is kind of the navigation you can do. I'm actually looking to the left, and when I extend my direction capability there, it only goes 2 units to the left, and I'll be able to travel. So what I want to do is I want to kind of go to the first site, which I believe is here in France. So when I hit the button, watch what happens. My little SRU just goes zooming through this tunnel underneath the ground. And then we can turn north. There we go. And then go up to the spot here. And we're going to get interrupted with another message, I believe. HQ intelligence reports that spies have stolen pieces of a shredded document which contained proprietary information concerning the Magma project. Your mission: use the SRU to negotiate with these spies for the return of all pieces of the document before this evidence reaches federal agents. Okay. You begin with a standard amount of cash. For operations of this nature, you must buy evidence or buy merchandise which can be traded for evidence. Caution: although intelligence could not determine exactly what each spy wants in exchange for his piece of the evidence, it is believed that several spies may accept items which other spies will require. That's a big hint. So as we were mentioning in the previous section here, spy A may accept, 1, 2, 3 different pieces of the merchandise or evidence that you pick up, or spy B may only accept one of those. So determining which one to give who, that's going to be the trial and error. And I guess it's apparently different for each game or each version of the game you pick up. So if you and your buddy picked up 2 copies of the game at the store back in the day, you two might have completely different solutions. All right, so we need to go up. The door closes, and now it's going to open. And now we're in darkness. So we can use IR, which is our infrared, and then we can call for the spy. Oh, kind of looks like a spy, doesn't he? Little secret little hat, and he's all shadowy and stuff. And he's speaking in French. Que pouvez-vous m'offrir pour mon morceau du document? So what will you give me for this piece of the document? I think what we need to do is the direction key here. What is the button? Let's find out. What can I offer you? Do I have the... No, I don't have the wrong joystick. What's going on here? Oh, So this is my inventory. The only thing I can offer him is cash. And this is apparently Switzerland and not France. So we want to give him the cash. He says, yes, I'll exchange with you. So now we have one of the 10 pieces of the document. Now, would I like to buy the deed to a Swiss chalet? Um, Apparently we need to buy both of these. Of course, I don't know how we have the money to do this, but voudriez-vous acheter a chronograph? Yes. So now we have a Swiss chalet deed and we have a chronograph. Now we're going to go back down. So the next place to go to is Egypt. And the map says we got to go roundabout way here. So I'm looking at the map to do this because that's what I kind of had to do back in the day as well. What the? That's interesting. What the? It lets me do this? Wow, that seems like a bug to me. Yeah, that's a bug. We got no dead end here. How did that happen? We can't go anywhere. Look at that. Wow, that's buggy. We weren't supposed to go that way. So we're kind of screwed right now. We can't go up. We can't do anything. Yeah, that is a bug. I'm going to have to restart the game. You're not supposed to wind up in a spot like this. You should always at least have some place to go. Even if it's a dead end, you should still be able to go back the way you came. We shouldn't have been able to do this. So this is clearly a defect. I don't know how this was allowed, but let's go ahead and do a hard reset. I'm doing that a lot tonight. Go ahead and reload. Oh, goodness. So I'm going to skip this now. I'm not going to go through the same things we did before because we we want to save time here. So you can type in the word Australia, and this kind of skips you ahead. So we'll do that. And you don't have to line this up with your time zone. It's just kind of cool that you can do this. You can see you're traveling along and doing this at the same time, around the world, basically. I kind of like it. I thought it was a nice little touch. Yep. Get our message. Let's get through this. Blah, blah, blah. It's the same stuff as before. Nothing changed here. Let's try and avoid that buggy little spot there and keep going. Yep, same thing, blah, blah, blah. Kind of have to wonder like how they had the ability to exchange cash in an SRU like this. Like you just found out about this. How are you getting the cash? Call a little spy here. Give him the cash. I used to think this was all speed based, like you had to do this fast. Um, Now I'm looking at it, I don't think it's necessary to go as fast as possible. I think it's a matter of doing it in the minimum amounts of steps you can do. So we'll go down. So now we need to go to Egypt, and the map says we got to kind of go a roundabout way of doing it. So let's go and find that. Right there. Go this way. And we got to go down. And now we go up. Let's go ahead and talk to the person in Egypt. Excuse me. And of course we see the pyramids. The Sphinx is here too. And he's speaking in Egyptian. And if we cycle through our inventory, we could try and offer him some other stuff like the cash. He said no, he doesn't want that. So probably doesn't want that. He wants the chronograph. That's the correct answer, at least in this one. Now we have the second piece of the document. I have basically the both borders of it right now. He's going to offer some stuff like the emerald scarab and the gold statuette of Tut. So we're going to say yes to this. Say yes there. Go down. So the next one is Greece. So we need to go. It doesn't really matter which way we go on this one, I think, because both of these will go the same way. It's 3 steps. 1, this is 2. Go up. And again, we're in the dark. Of course, you can see the Parthenon and stuff like that. This time, he wants either the gold statuette of Tut or the emerald scarab. Carving versus camera is harmless. That's down the line. Diamonds versus stocks. Okay, so here's the tricky part of the game. So this guy, I think, will take either the scarab or the gold statuette of Tut. But we have to choose wisely because the other person down the road here, he will only take either either one of these things. And if we guess wrong here, then we won't be able to give him the other one. So how do I describe this better? Where is it? So it's in India. So it's the very next step, which we'll find out soon enough. So basically, it means this. If we give this guy the gold statuette of Tut, let's say, if we go to India next and we try to give the scarab and it's wrong, then we've just messed up the game. We have to start over. If, however, he takes the scarab, then now we know we have the correct combination, right? So in other words, if we give this guy the scarab, the other guy gets the gold statuette of Tut, but if it could be wrong. The other guy may only accept one or the other of these things. So we're going to have to take a guess. I'll start with the gold statuette of Tut and hope that's correct. Okay, 3 pieces down. We are not supposed to buy either of these things because the ancient artifact is not used and the Grecian urn is not used. So we're going to say no to both of these. Go down. So now the map says 9 steps. So it's going to be up, over, and down. Oh, message. A power surge in the main reactor has damaged the grid leak bias detector. Intermittent operation of the long-range scanner is expected. What does this mean for us? It means that our nice, smooth-running lines to where we're going on the map are no longer, nice, smooth lines. They're just dots. So we kind of have to know where we are on the map and how to get to places. Because if we don't, then we're going to get stuck in a dead end somewhere. And it's important to kind of minimize your route on this game. You want to get to the spot at the exact point, right? If you're doing extra steps, that will work against you. All right, so now we have India. Taj Mahal, right? Here we go. Namaste. Okay, so this guy, like I said, he's going to take either the gold statuette or the emerald scarab. All we have left is the emerald scarab. Cool, he took it. So we've got the right order there. We've got 4 pieces now. This guy wants to offer us the Star of India. No. Imagine getting the Star of India for $5,000. Jewel lamp? No, we don't want either of these. All right, so now we're supposed to go to the Swiss chalet, or no, I'm sorry, the New York agent to give him the deed to the Swiss chalet. And there's 21 steps. So we got to find the shortest route to there. I think I see it. I'm supposed to go this way. Go up there. So a reminder, I have never beaten this game. We can do a straight shot here. I tried to beat this game, and I did try to do my own version of mapping it out, plotting the route, figuring out where to go, and trying to do all this. And every time, I would always wind up just short. Sources indicate that the subterranean tunnel system has been infiltrated. Security breach has been detected. Evidence concerning the existence of the Magma project must not reach Washington, D.C. Security satellites activated. So those satellites there are bad news for us. If we are spotted with that, then we're kind of in trouble, apparently. What happens is, if the satellite goes over your area, then they try to do a security check of you. Hey, Mac, so you want my piece of the document. What are you going to give me? I'll give him the deed. Yeah, why not? I'll take it. Cool. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces. Yo, man, you want an uncut 3-carat diamond? Do we want a diamond? So apparently we are supposed to take one or the other, not both. We can't afford both, apparently. So do we take the stocks and bonds, or do we take the diamond? Let me see if there's another thing on the walkthrough. So there are different versions I got to go through here. Let's go through those. Where are the different versions here? Hello, come on. DIFF int. Oh, section 6, that's why. All right, so this one still says bonds. I think I'm going to try bonds on this one. Stocks and bonds, yes, we're going to buy that. All right, he goes walking off. Now we got to get to Japan fast as we can here. I think we cannot get that way, can we? What is the fastest way there? The guy keeps walking around. No, I don't want a diamond. Go. Bugger off. All right, so we got to watch out for the satellites. Otherwise, we're going to get prompted for stuff. I think we just need to go this way. There, right? We're going to get prompted with something here because that satellite's going to hit us. Yep. Security check. Company name, Magma Ltd. Security clearance granted. So it's important to kind of remember these things, the answers to these questions so you can get through them. But I think we can go here. Yeah, I got to go all the way over this way. We're going to hit another security check, aren't we? Yep. Beep, beep, beep. Security model. So this is where you got to take notes, right? AXD 03104779. Okay, and then now down. Go to Japan. Incidentally, if you get hit with a satellite while you're up here, I don't think it counts. Like they won't hit you with another security message. All right, so this guy wants either the stocks or bonds or the uncut 3K diamond. So let's give him the stocks and bonds. Oh, he didn't want that. How evil. So that means we can't give him anything. So we're done. We can't do it. We have to restart. So that means we do need to get the diamond this time. And then we have to try and do the rest of the steps. So, the nice thing about this game is you can reset it with F1 key. I do find it also interesting. Like, I remember playing this game quite a bit when I was a kid and trying to puzzle it out and figure it all out. Um, when I was a kid and I was a young teenager playing these games and stuff and getting into the computers and stuff, there was a part of me that wanted to be a hacker. Um, there was an adventurous part because Hollywood kind of glamorized it. You saw it with war games, you saw it with Cloak and Dagger. There's a number of other movies and TV shows that came about where they kind of glamorized the whole being a hacker type of thing. So growing up, you kind of had that little adventurous feel, like maybe I could get a little naughty here and break into the Pentagon on a dare or something, you know? Because back then there weren't any rules about um, what was legal, what wasn't legal, what could you break into, what shouldn't you break into. Because computers were so new to everybody and very misunderstood sometimes. And there are some, famous hacker cases, of course, where even from the 80s, people got in trouble, for hacking into things. Um, and that's kind of how security evolved over the time, was like hackers being able to exploit things, and, you know, the companies eventually closing up the loops. All right, so here we got to go to Egypt. This guy, we said he wants the chronograph, basically a watch. Yep. Yep. I do like the text sound here as the text goes across the screen. That little me 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 me. It does seem a little annoying when you think about it, but again, back then this was like how data sounded like, or at least how Hollywood depicted data sounding like. Very very staccato, sounding. All right, so we gotta go to Greece next. Go up. We know he needs the gold statuette. What's going to be worse on this is that we have to make another guess on. Um, well, actually, it doesn't really matter at this point. Yeah, we know what we need to give everybody, I think, at this point. We don't want the artifact. Don't want the urn. Let's go down. All right, so now we gotta go to India. Turn around. Yeah, that's fantastic. We know where we're going. At least I think we do. We go up. Call in our friend. We're gonna give him the scarab, I believe. There we go. We don't want the Star of India. We don't want the jeweled lamp. Now we gotta go to New York from here. Trying to figure out the fastest way. I think it's still going left and then up. hearing that sound, that whoa, whoa, still, even that just still feels ominous. And all these little tricks and stuff are what game programmers put into their games back in the day, just to kind of give you that feel of really being part of this. Going down the tunnel like this, that's still pretty cool. You're traveling through these subterranean tunnels and stuff. Yep, security alerts. Yep, here come the satellites. And we'll go up. Red, call them up. I love the accent. So you want my piece of the document? What are you gonna give me? Yeah, why not? I'll take it. Great. Yo, man, you want? So this time we gotta take the diamond and say no to the stocks and bonds. All right, so we have to go to Japan now and try to do it without getting detected here. Well, we're gonna get detected, I think. No, maybe not. Now we got it. Magma Ltd. I don't know if the security issues here are something I need to worry about, but I'm trying to do this in such a way where I can minimize those contacts. Let that guy go by. Go. And when you have the map figured out, it makes this game a ton easier, because now you can just kind of, boop, I know where I'm going. You got me. Like I said, I don't think it matters because we have the answers for the security checks, so we can pass them all. I just don't know if there's a timer on this thing or not. All right, so he wants the diamond. There we go. And we're going to buy both things from him. Yep. 35mm camera for $300. Wow. That's how dated this game is. It's just funny. But yeah, we need both of these. All right. We got to go to China, which I believe we just got to go back this way. We'll let those guys pass by. Nope. Go up. Hey, we missed them. All right. Great Wall. There we go. They do put the landmarks, in there. It may seem a little bit weird. That's not exactly geographic if you think about it, but you know where you're at, by putting those little landmarks in. I think they did a good job, graphically speaking, of putting them in there for 1986 graphics. I think that's pretty good. Cultured pearls for this guy. There we go. So we technically have 4 locations to do, 3 spies, and then the last one's DC. You can already see some of the documents coming together here. We only need the jade carving here. We don't need the Ming vase. All right, now we gotta go to Cuba. Oof. Wow. How are we supposed to get there? I'm gonna go up real quick. Trying to avoid this guy. Where are we? Cuba. Cuba. What's the fastest way to Cuba from here? How many steps do they say to take? 29 steps? Oof. So, wow. I'm looking at the map now. I don't see a direct way there. How are you supposed to get there fast? You can't go down there. You can go across, but that would be faster. There's only one pathway to go there. Huh. I got a feeling I gotta go all the way across and then back around. That seems like the shortest path. Let's see if the other walkthrough says the same thing here. Uh, they have it Brazil, so it's east, 3 south, 2 east. Oh, they got a different pattern here. Hold on. You go east. Oh, they're going that way. 2 east, 1 north. Why north? 4 east, 1 south. Those look like they go the same way. Why would you go that way? Two east, 1 south. East, 1 south, 8 east. Oh, so they are going a different route. All right, so we're going to try this then. So we're going to go this way. Oh, for goodness sakes. Damage reports indicate a phase shift in the telemetry guidance unit. System inoperative. Proceed with caution. Spelled proceed wrong. Oh boy. So now I have to listen to see how many dots I've got. I don't have the map anymore. Yep, we're going to get hit with another security check. It's hydraulic. Okay, so we need to go 2, 3. I feel like I'm supposed to go east. 8. Yep. Test site Australia. I think the satellites don't bother us anymore. I just got to figure this out now. Four east, 1 south, 2 east, 1 south, 2 east. We're supposed to go 1 south one more time. This is basically putting us at the bottom of the world right now. 8 east. If we've done this right, we're going to wind up in Brazil. Some of the strangest words I think I've ever said. So far, it's working. And we can go up, so we did it right. Infrared, call. Here we are in Brazil. Some have this listed as Cuba. Either way, this now the exchanges get pretty straightforward. They'll either take the jade carving or the 35 millimeter camera. He'll take either, or he's only going to take one of them basically. So whatever one he takes, the next one's going to take the opposite. So if we give him the camera, yep, so he'll take the camera. I guess the other guy's going to take the jade carving. Spanish doubloons, no. Treasure map, no. Okay, so next is London. Eight east. Two north. Two west. One north. And if we do this right, three east. Go up. Call him up. Buckingham Palace, Big Ben. I say, old boy, what have you got to swap? Should be the jade carving, right? Jolly good show. One more piece left. Do you wish to purchase an autographed Beatles album? Apparently, you're supposed to buy this, yes. I love the next one. You ready? Watch this. Do you wish to purchase the crown jewels for $9,500? That's a steal. Even back in that time, man, that would have been a steal. Literally. The crown jewels. No. Okay. So the last two steps here that we need to go to is San Francisco and Washington. And I've got the mapping here for San Francisco. So let's see if we can pull this off. According to this, we're supposed to go 3 west. Then we're supposed to go 2 south. And then $12 west. It's going to put us like right at the time zone differentiation marker there. 1 north, 1 east. Now, in case you're wondering, no, we can't cut straight across from San Francisco to Washington in only like 3 or 4 steps. We actually have to go the long way around because the tunnel doesn't take you there. And yes, there's the Golden Gate Bridge. What's happening? What do you got? Beatles album. Sure, that's cool. Now we have the full document. Confidential. Test hole nearing completion. Temperature differential reaching critical level. Final countdown on schedule. All units evacuate Australian Nexus. Thermal runaway may cause continental destruction. Pretty devastating stuff. Talk about climate change. Okay. So at this point, we don't need to buy anything. You know, we're done. 49er season tickets though for $200. I'd buy that on a heartbeat. You know, even though I don't like the 49ers, that's a steal. $200. It's funny. Okay, so here we go. Now we got the last few steps to make to get to Washington D.C. I've never done this correctly yet, so let's see if it works. So we're supposed to go 1 step west, 1 step south. Now we're supposed to go 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 east. 2 north. Two west. 1 south. 3 west. Here we go. Washington, D.C. Meeting with a federal agent here. Welcome to Washington. I am Special Agent Levy of the FBI. The world is grateful for what you have accomplished. On behalf of the United States government, I congratulate you. Yes! We've done it! I've actually beaten Hacker. Congratulations, me. So there you go. That's it. The walkthroughs are available online. I do recommend, if you get frustrated with the game, do take part in them. Just pick them up and do it. It's not worth your sanity. Although, if you really want to play this game the way we played it back in the day, then what you'll want to do is pick up a copy and you'll want to start playing with it. Forget the walkthroughs. Forget all that, right? You go in, you just kind of start making your own map of the world and where the tunnels go, how far they go and everything like that. Figure out your own combination of who needs what, because it might be different for your game. Um, Versions vary depending on if it's the Apple version, the Commodore version, or the PC version. Okay, so again, play around with it a little bit. If you don't want to go through the walkthroughs and you want to try and do it naturally and do it your own way, then yes, by all means, keep playing it multiple times, make your own map, and the trick to it, to beating it, is to go to each of the locations you need to go to in the shortest amount of steps. Now, each step being those little squares that you saw on the map as I kept moving the SRU from one place to the other. Each little square there is a step. The goal is to do it in the shortest amount of steps possible. And as you saw, I didn't go particularly fast either, so there's no timer. It's all about how many steps you take. I used to think it was time. Like I would try and go through this thing as fast as I possibly could, and I'd always get to the last step for DC, and I'd always lose. But I didn't realize back then it was how many steps you're supposed to take. So again, plot your routes to be the shortest possible, combined with who has what and which agent down the line needs the next item that you have that in your inventory to sell to them or exchange to them. So that's going to be Hacker. Press return to preview a copy of tomorrow's headline. After the story appears, press P for a printout on a Commodore MPS 801, Okimate 10, or equivalent graphics printer. That's hilarious. Wow. I can hear the dot matrix machinations as you try to print on a Commodore MPS 801 or an Okimate 10. Wow, that brings back some memories. Shoot, that's all we used to print out stuff, man. It's all the dot matrix goodness of me, 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 me. It's oh my goodness, that's hilarious. Now let's preview the headline at least. That's funny. They allow you to print it out. That is pretty cool. All right, the Washington Post. I'm surprised they got away with that. Computer Whiz helps FBI save world. Washington. The Post has learned that 21CJ has used a home computer to uncover a serious threat to world security. Evidence was delivered to FBI agents exposing a secret plan which could have resulted in disaster. It appears that Magma Ltd. Had been drilling through the Earth's crust in an attempt to tap the temperature differential between the surface and magma layers. Not only could this have led to an unlimited energy source and certain world domination, but scientists believe that a miscalculation could have triggered thermal runaway, resulting in the destruction of a continent. 21CJ gained access to the company's computer system and discovered a network used to control robot messengers. Although details are still sketchy at this time, it appears that one of the robots was used to gather evidence on Magma Ltd. And its secret plan. This evidence aided the FBI in averting a worldwide catastrophe. Sources indicate that several major Hollywood studios interested in securing TV and movie rights will be, see back section, column 2. And then they go into a little blurb from Mountain View, California. Activision Incorporated today announced the introduction of Fast Tracks and Alter Ego, two new computer programs for your Commodore 64. And that's all it says here. Um, so now I don't know if you can do anything other than just restart the game. 'Cause that's pretty much it. I hit P just to see what would happen. It looks like it's actually trying to send the printer command. That's just hilarious. So you've got garbage on the screen now because I don't have a printer hooked up for this. But wow, that's great. Okay, so that's going to do it for me tonight. I don't have time to go into like Hacker 2 or something like that, which I do want to do. I do want to go into Hacker 2 because I've never beat that game either. It's very similar to this game in the sense that you still get to use an SRU. It's a robot you're going to control. However, instead of racing around the world, you're actually going to be going around a facility. And it kind of dates itself in a way of doing this, but basically you're controlling and manipulating security cameras so you can move your SRU into different rooms and do certain things without being caught by security guards or other security measures. Um, so it's interesting. I remember the excitement you could feel. Uh, think back to if you remember the movie Ocean's 11, not the original one, but the one that was done by George Clooney. In that movie, they have a scene where Livingston actually hacks, basically, the security camera feed so that when George Clooney and I think Matt Damon are in the elevator, they look up at the security camera and Livingston hits a button and it flips the feed so that now that security camera shows the elevator is being empty when in fact those two guys are in it. So that's the kind of thing you'll see in Hacker 2 where you'll be able to kind of fake security camera feeds so that it looks like nothing's there, even though your SRU is right at that spot. I've never beaten that one. I'd like to go through the walk through that and see if I can beat it someday, but certainly not tonight. Maybe we'll delve into it tomorrow. I'm looking through the games now of what I've got. I'm trying to see which ones I would like to play. Apollo 18 is going up the list. I might try that one because that was a fun one to explore space, explore the moon, and things like that. I remember playing that one; that was a lot of fun. What else? Castle Wolfenstein, that's up on the list too. Um, what else? There are some football games I could play, but I don't really want to go into those yet. There is, let's see, Destroyer, but that's, I don't know if we want to do that one. We could play around with that one. There's some other ones. Elite's another one I could jump into. Um, there's some adventure ones like Fahrenheit 451 and Amazon, Tracer Sanction, so on. What else? Hacker 2. We could do Hacker 2 possibly tomorrow night. Haley Project's another one I've been wanting to do. Heart of Africa. Seven Cities of Gold is on the list. So yeah, we've got a few. Karateka is another one. Hmm. There's also, of course, a couple of the other requested games. I think Sly Bandicoot was in there. There was some TRS-80 goodness I wanted to try and jump into as well. I would like to get Walt on here for that one because that was his request. So next time I know he can do that, I will schedule that accordingly. Um, so yeah, I mean there could be some other games here I could pull that might be interesting to try. There's some other ones I have like Project Stealth Fighter is another one. Like I used to play Project Stealth Fighter a lot. The problem with that one is it's complicated because not only do you have joystick controls, you also have keyboard controls, and you have to kind of make sure you get them all right. It used to be back in the day you'd have overlays that you could put over the keyboard, and you look down and boom, you could pick it up. I'd have to play with that a little bit to see if I can pull that one off. But that is another interesting one we can try. So I guess for tomorrow night, Yeah, I'm torn as to what I want to do here. I'm thinking we could try Hacker 2. I am also leaning towards either Apollo 18, maybe Castle Wolfenstein, Destroyer again. I don't know. It'll probably be another Commodore game. Hopefully, we'll have a good time with it. Maybe we'll do a couple of them and knock them out. But I'm going to call it an evening tonight before I jump in any further here because I do need to get to sleep at some point here. This was fun. It was fun beating two games tonight at the same time and still having a little bit of room to spare. I'm happy about that. So that kind of makes me feel good. So, on that note, I hope everybody has a great week this week. I hope it's a short week for everybody. I hope you're not having to work on Thursday or Friday, or if you do, it's very short and easy, I hope. Um, I will not be participating in Black Friday. I don't believe in it personally. I I may do it, like I may try and shop this weekend, but I'll try and do it online or trying to avoid the rush if I can. I don't believe in the whole like beating down doors to get the Black Friday deals and stuff like that. Take care of yourself, Foxfire. Have yourself a great evening, okay? Um, I don't believe in the whole Black Friday thing and doing that. I remember having to work um, at a movie theater as an usher, way, way back when. And I resented the fact that I had to come in on holidays like Thanksgiving and Christmas. I felt that that wasn't right to me. Um, it strikes me the wrong way when people have to come in and work. Like when they open a movie on Christmas Day, let's say, right? You're if you as a consumer go to that movie, you're basically forcing the movie theater owner on down to the ushers and the people who provide the food and all that stuff. You're forcing all of them to go to work on Christmas. Is basically what it comes down to. Now, you could say, "Well, I'm not doing it. The theater's going to do it whether you're there or not." Okay, be one of those people that don't force that demand on a holiday like that. Stand up and say, "Hey, I don't believe in this. I believe everybody should have a right to have that day off." Maybe you don't, maybe you disagree. That's cool. But if you don't want to see people do that, where they're working on a holiday like that, don't go to the movie on Christmas. Don't go to the movie on Thanksgiving. Speak with your wallet to say, I'm not going to support this practice. And eventually the movie theaters will follow suit and say, you know what? We don't get anybody showing up. So why are we going to open the theater on a holiday when no one shows up? You know, I don't think it'll ever happen because there will always be few people that think it's okay, and that's, unfortunately that's kind of their opinion and they can do that. But me, I never liked that. And I can speak from that side where I actually had to work those holidays. It was never the best. So anyway, I hope everybody has a good week this week. I hope you get to stay with the loved ones that you love, to meet up with them this week. And if there is stress in your family, I hope it's kept to a minimum. Remember, you got to do good for you. Um, it's important to do right by you, even though you want to try and do right by others and help your family and things like that. You still have to make time for you, make the peace for you. So make sure you do that. Okay. Um, take care of each other. Look out for each other. I'm probably going to stream Wednesday night and Thursday night. Okay. Um, my plan again, Monday night, we're going to do some sort of game. It'll probably be Hacker 2, could be, Apollo 18 or Destroyer, one of the other ones. But we'll do a Commodore game tomorrow night, maybe two. We'll do Pool of Radiance again on Wednesday night. We're going to pick up with a new party. And Thursday night, we'll probably do World of Warships again. Have some fun on Thanksgiving evening there. And then, we'll just kind of take it from there, I guess. So take care of each other. Take care of yourselves. Bubbles up. And I will talk to you all hopefully tomorrow night. 21st Century Jedi, signing off.